up, that is submissive.
What's up, my beautiful people? This is the State of Progression podcast, where we will bring you pure authenticity, nothing but great vibes, and progression in all aspects of life. I'm Jared Emanuel. This is my boy, Dylan Miller. And you already know it's our third fucking podcast, baby.
Yes, sir.
What's good, baby? What's good? What's good? What's good?
I don't know. I think we got to do that little introduction.
Oh, my gosh. So let me tell you guys something real quick. Our first podcast, you know you're supposed to introduce yourself, but me and my boy over here are fucking nervous as beans. So we didn't really introduce ourselves. So if you guys will please forgive us and understand that the third podcast is where we're introducing ourselves, and just accept us for who we are. All right, I'm going to go first. All right, so my name is Jared Emanuel. Let's just start it off with where I came from. Growing up, I had the opportunity to grow up in a very wealthy environment, and as the years went on, we lost our house, we went bankrupt, and we moved a ton of times, and the house we ended up in, it always got raided by the cops all the damn time. I'd be laying in my bed just waking up to the cops, freaking lights in my face. I'm like, what the heck did I do? And I know I didn't do anything. It's just where I was living. And within that environment, I fell in love with fitness. I was always trying to get out of the house, and I was always just trying to get bigger and stronger.
Shredded as fuck.
Damn, bro, I'm trying to be all deep. But anyways, during that time, I was also playing football, so that also helped me with football. And that leads me into my next thing is, out of high school, I played college football. I went to several colleges, and I ended up at the University of Redlands, and I had a dream to make it to the NFL, and things just didn't work out, and I stopped pursuing my dream. And once I stopped pursuing my dream, I was lost. I was like, what the fuck do I do? And going back to my fitness, created an Instagram, and through my Instagram, I just try to help people get the bodies they desire and the bodies they want. And that has led me to my new passion, which is to be able to help as many people out as I can, not only on a personal level, but like I want to be able to help as many people as I can on a global level. So that's just who I am, and I hope I can just bring a lot of amusement, a lot of knowledge to you guys, and just help you guys progress in all aspects of your life. So, Dylan, you want to introduce yourself?
Ding. I don't know, man. I should have went first. Jeez. I got to follow that up. Well, tell you one thing. My name is entertaining is that, you know.
My name's Jeff.
My name's Jeff. Oh, my God. But yeah, it ain't near as entertaining. You know, I grew up in a quite poor family, you know, so I mean, I got to see, you know, how difficult it was, you know, and I made a lot of bad decisions, did a lot of things that I wish I didn't, you know, and when I was my junior year, I had a knee surgery, and it, you know, ended up giving me a blood clot, collapsed my lung, and it's quite rough, and I ended up dropping out of school after that. Maybe 6 months went by, and I, you know, thought to myself, like, fuck, you know, like, what am I going to do? So I grew up in a poor family. There ain't nobody to help me there. I didn't know many people then. I didn't have any, you know, people I could reach out to and, you know, establishing a career, you know, in regards to, you know, being a dropout and whatnot. So anyways, I just kind of took control in my own hands. I started focusing on, you know, becoming a more educated individual. So whether that be through, you know, communication, you know, business, marketing, anything that I could learn, even in the internet space in regards to Shopify and e-commerce business, things like that. Focus on my finances and, you know, really putting things together. Putting those all together, that's where we are today. We decided, you know, take what we know and try to learn more and try to give y'all some, some few pointers left and right if we can.
I completely agree. Bro, I never knew you talked. You had a country accent, bro. I just
Do I have a
realized
country
it.
accent?
Yeah, bro, you have a country accent. Dang, all them girls out there, they probably just kidding.
I'm gonna throw up right now if you said I had a country accent.
Bro, you have a country accent, bro. I swear to God.
How do I have a country accent?
Bro, talk?
You want me to talk?
Bro, that's your country accent. I just want to let you guys know real quick that we're going to be dropping a podcast every Sunday. And for the first 3, we're going to be dropping all at once so you can binge listen and, get a little feel of if you're going to listen to this or not. Hopefully you guys do. And if you guys like it, please leave those 5-star ratings and some comments if we touched you, touch your soul. And
not touch you, just touch your soul, please.
Yeah. HR is about to get us. Just rate us 5-star and hopefully stay along for the journey. But anyways, we're going to get into our topic on leadership, communication, networking, and relationships, and how we think everybody should really have these in their toolboxes and be experts on these. So I'm going to let Dylan open it up with some communication.
All right, so I think the most important thing, at least to me, in communication is this learning to listen. You always want to talk less than the person you're speaking with. So if they're the ones to engage conversation, really try not to be the one that's, over speaking. So try to focus on just listening more, and that'll allow you to build rapport at a much faster pace than just controlling the conversation. Mm-hmm. And you never really want to become the interviewer per se, Yeah,
I agree completely. So another thing that I've learned from tons of expert communicators is they listen to the person they're talking to, and some things that they say to do is when the person you're talking to is talking about something you're very interested in and you want to finish their sentences, and you do sometimes. A very good example of this, I do this all the time. I try finishing people's words, and then I realize to myself, dang, I can't be doing this. What if that person wasn't even going to say what I was thinking? I have to respect what they're going to say, and everybody needs to respect the person they're talking to and what they're going to say. And another thing you can do is look at them after they're done talking and be like, so what you're saying is, and then repeat back to them what you just heard.
Yeah, clarify what is said. And even also a few other notes and, demonstrating active listening. Most of us, we already do it naturally. But it's like gestures, nodding your head, saying, and then like you said, asking questions to clarify what they just said. It's not like specifically because you don't know, but it just echoes and repeats what he had said. Yeah. So it lets them know that you are listening, and you're also, you're also indulged in the conversation. It's like, you gotta be willing to, obtain or play with other people's ideas. If a conversation to you isn't necessarily, in your ballpark, in your interest, you have to be able to play the game to make as if, not to sound like mean or evil or something, but you gotta be, you have to be able to obtain the other person's idea or other person's perspective on the, in a conversation.
100%.
It's not
just showing you're interested in what they're speaking on, even though it could be the least interesting thing to you,
you could feel so stupid.
But just showing them respect on what actually interests them, it can go a long way in a relationship, and it can lead to a lot of good things for sure.
Yeah, definitely being open-minded. Definitely being open-minded is key. Yeah, this kind of goes hand in hand in active listening too. When you're being spoken to and you're, having your active listeners on, mm-hmm. and you're paying attention, I think another thing too, when you're in that position, like we said, if the other person engaged conversations, they're the one looking to speak to you.
Yeah, exactly.
So something that'll be important is to, they call it kiss versus kill. That's the term of it. Kiss being short and sweet, kill being long and lengthy. So in having that conversation, you never want to kill the conversation by giving a long and lengthy answer.
Yeah.
You know, you want to kiss it. You want it to be short and sweet,
yeah.
and allow the conversation to keep moving forward. Those long and lengthy kills are what kills the conversation.
Just
so
let them speak basically on what they want to talk about.
yeah, and give them that active listening,
Mhm.
and giving kisses back.
Yeah.
Short and sweet replies.
Yeah, that's actually pretty smart, because I've actually encountered this, like, with a lot of people. Like, they're telling me about me personally. I don't like speaking about the past, but I know a lot of people, they love talking about the past and like their families and all these past moments. And I just I give them a whole bunch of smooches on the lips, like just showing them that I care, because I do care about their conversation, but I just want to kind of move past it and progress forward. So it's definitely that kiss and kill thing. Definitely you guys should add to your toolkit.
So let's keep that moving forward. So in the listening state, you understand the kiss and kill, short and sweet, long and lengthy. You also have an opportunity to, instead of saying every time you don't know what to say.
Like I just did right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what you can do is do pauses. And what pauses will allow you to do is emphasize the structure of the conversation. And it also will provide you a more powered conversation. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah,
so instead of, saying or that, if you pause it, it'll allow you to structure the conversation, provide a more meaningful message.
And actually give you time to think about what you're going to say.
Yeah, a little bit. Another thing that you can focus on too when you're doing the pauses and all those other different things, if you can tell a specific topic of this conversation is going dry, you have an opportunity. It's called communication threading. So it's like a bridge. So you'll take, say if we're talking about the same situation, if someone engages conversation, you are become an active listener, you're observing body language, you're providing the gestures and facial expressions, all that kind of stuff. It'll allow you to give the opportunity to take whatever that person is talking about and have a thread. So if there's a topic and there's a separate topic, there's going to be something, an underlining thing that'll allow you to transfer that conversation to something new. If you don't know how to thread a conversation, the conversation will die and all rapport will be lost.
And it'll be awkward.
Yeah. So and that's when you're like, yeah.
How about that ride in?
Yeah. No, exactly. And that's what that is.
That's why they call it Sin City.
Yeah. And see, I don't know. It's so hard to give examples for conversation threading without having an actual conversation.
I have an example of conversational threading, and it's when you're talking to that person and he's talking about the interests, the thing that interests him, or she's talking about the thing that interests her. Understand what they're saying and